This next video is on vehicle and highway characteristics, and this one is pretty broad since there's a lot of characteristics for each. Such characteristics could be for vehicles, the type of car that's being driven and the year that it is, and how the person drives it. And highway characteristics could also be the type of vehicle and how the roads differ from highway to non-highway roads. Since highway roads probably need to be more durable and have more strength than the non-highway roads, since more trucks and heavier vehicles drive it than artillery roads or collector roads. Yeah, also here's for a road characteristic, here's a roundabout right here we're going through. And they can help, depending on where they're placed, they can make the given area less congested since the cars can move more freely. But in more of a high populated area, they're probably not best, and traffic signals are probably better since they keep the area more orderly. So some other highway characteristics could be acceleration and deceleration performance, such as passing zones, acceleration lanes, guardrails, signal locations, intersections. Here's a guardrail right here as an example. Also merging on and off in highway and intersection locations. There's also environmental and social considerations, such as pedestrians, bikes, community cohesion, property balance. Living in a suburban city like Burnsville here, there's quite a bit of pedestrians and bikes in the summer and spring months. Also, well-maintained streets have more compliance. Also, they have to take into account the effects on safety, such as operational changes, signal removal, progression and restrictions. And there's also geometric changes, such as alternative intersections, roundabouts, which we just showed, and other grade separation, cul-de-sacs, enclosures, etc. Maintenance is also a big issue for the highway and road characteristics. Since we live in Minnesota, there usually tends to be more potholes and other road maintenance that needs to be done, and it's important to address these issues since they can cause a lot of damage to cars and accidents. Also, some other type of characteristics that are more affected onto the car are resistance to motion, such as rolling friction, which are speeds up to 60 miles per hour. There's a rolling resistance, and for speeds greater than 60 miles per hour, that increases the rolling resistance by 10%. There's also air resistance. It varies by vehicle, with box trucks having the most air resistance, since they're probably least aerodynamic versus smaller cars. The grade of the pavement is also a big vehicle characteristic, or hot road, since the grade is a force acting on the vehicle. because it's on an incline. So that affects how well your vehicle performs and how much horsepower needs to go into how much power your vehicle needs to exert in order to get up a steep hill or go down a hill. And the horsepower is a measure of the engine efficiency. Also, as mentioned earlier, geometric changes are important for vehicle and highway characteristics. It's important to know where to put four-way stops, intersections, and just a four-way intersection without traffic lights. It's important to verify, or it's important to know where to put each one and what type. And as you can see here, this is only a four-way undivided road, so it's important to know how many lanes to put in a given road section based on the amount of traffic flow it receives daily. That determines how much or how many lanes need to be put in, and also where to put the turn lanes and where to put the turn lanes if necessary. Here we have a meter change going on to 35W here in the mornings when it gets really trafficy, or a lot of traffic. Those meters go into place during rush hours, so it regulates the amount of traffic on the road. So this 35W goes up to Minneapolis right now. There's an express lane, which is the HOV lane on the left hand side. That's for 2 or more people to go in the mornings usually, since there's so much traffic, or coming home also. Also, there's a lot more signs on the highway to know where to get off and where your destination needs to be, or where your destination is. Here's the HOV. It says open to all right now, since it's not rush hour. Some of those signs too let you know if there's any accidents or what's going on up ahead, and to be wary of it also. And also, a lot of times on these roads there's a lot of construction all the time, so it's important to go the necessary speed limits and apply or be in compliance with those laws. Such as up here, going across this bridge, I think they're working underneath the bridge. I don't really know what they're doing here, but it looks like they're adding another either lane or a ramp downward into that area down there in the Minnesota River.